Ahoy, this is Zdenka. In this video, let's cover advanced editing in desktop version of Capcut, which is free. In the previous video, we covered basic editing, auto beats, transitions, sound effects, and color grading. For those who missed it, I'll link it below. This is part 2. What you're going to see today is going to surprise you what this free software can do. I'm going to recreate an edit from my recent smartphone filmmaking tutorial featuring Maya from Step With Style Dance Production. I'm going to make it look very different, over the top, with transitions and effects, to be able to teach you how those tools in Capcut work. I'm going to create a new project. As you can see, Capcut automatically creates a project in 30 frames per second. I, however, want the timeline to be at 24 frames per second. All of my clips were filmed at 60 frames per second in manual mode, and I want to slow down some of the footage. To change the frame rate, go to Details panel and hit Modify. First of all, here's where you can change the name of your project, so you can easily see what project you want to open if you have multiple projects going on at the same time. I'm going to name this one Maya 2, and below is where you can change the frame rate. I'm going to select 24 frames per second. Let's go to Performance panel. I'm going to enable Proxy in 720p. What's that? I filmed in 4K, so my files are large. Capcut will create a copy of your files in much lower quality, so when you are editing and working on the files, they will load faster, use less processing power, it will be much easier on your computer. Once you export the video, it will use the original files, so don't worry, your final video will not be in low quality. Those 4K files will be used. It's only so you can edit faster. Hit save, and now you can see 24 frames per second here, and Proxies has been enabled. This video was filmed with Anamorphic Lens. Anamorphic Lens gives you a cinematic look with black bars at the top and bottom. Once you import such clips to Capcut and place them onto the timeline, you will see that the black bars are gone. To get them back, you have to hit a ratio and select the first one, which is 16:9 standard ratio. I already went ahead and I organized the clips in the order and kind of roughly cut them where I want it to be. I'd also added the music below. All the clips are now at real speed. How do you slow them down? Select the clip you want to slow down. Go to top right control panel and select speed. There are 3 things you need to remember. If you have 24 frames per second timeline, you can slow down 30 frames per second video 0.8 times, 60 frames per second video 0.4 times, and 120 frames per second video up to 0.2 times. As this is a 60 frames per second clip, I will go ahead and slow it down 0.4 times. Now, I filmed in manual mode, so I don't have to worry about jittery footage, but if you film in automatic mode, the frame rate will be variable, so you might end up with a little bit jittery footage once you slow it down. In that case, you can smooth it out here by selecting Smooth Slow-Mo. You will have 2 options. You can use frame blending or optical flow. The first one is faster, but the second one will give you better quality, and I always go with a better quality, so for me, I'm using optical flow. Some of you asked me in the comments below the first video about sound, so let me give you some quick tips. These clips right here still have the ambient sound of wind and me talking. Easy way to mute the entire timeline is expanding the panel by dragging this line to the right. Here you have sound control. Simply hit Mute Clip Audio, and now none of these clips will have sound. If you need to extract sound from any of the clips, right-click the clip and hit Extract the Sound. Now it will be here on an additional audio track. Moving on. This video will have a lot of transitions and effects, so the next step would be color grading, because I will be doing a lot of cloning and I already want to see how this is gonna look like. Importing LUTs I showed in a previous video, so I'm not going to get into that. This is the look of the clips now, more vibrant, summer look, more colorful. Let me show you how it works. I want to add this small effect around the dancer, like a glow, but I don't want to affect the rest of the frame. First step is duplicating the clip I want to use and placing the copy on top of it. You can right-click and select copy or use shortcut Ctrl+C. Then I simply go to the end of the timeline and use shortcut Ctrl+V and drag the clip on the top. If you want to duplicate multiple clips, you can select a few of them and do the same thing. I'm going to remove the background around Maya on the top clip with the help of cutout feature. This only works with humans. Under video, go to cutout and select auto cutout. Once the cutout is ready, you can drag it to a different position to multiply the person. This is how you would clone someone, but I'm not going to do that in this case. Now I'm going to go to effects and find a suitable one. Let's just go with a trending effect called Dizzy and apply it on the top of the clip. If you place it on top of both clips, it is going to affect everything below, and I don't want that. I only want the effect on the cutout, so that is why I have to place it directly onto the clip. On the right, you have controls of this effect. You can change the look of the effect completely. Here you just have to experiment and play with those sliders until you get something you like. I'm going to do the same for all those cutouts, and then, once I'm done, I'm going to review it if it looks good and makes sense in the edit. After all, I decided to keep this effect only on few clips. I just want to mention that if you are going to click on the clip, you are not going to see the options for effect. You have to click here at the top of the clip to pull out the controls. And you can do this to as many clips as you like and choose different effects. Let's create a cool transition. The whole sequence is going to start from night, transitioning into a day, and at the end from day to night again. How to do this? First, I'm going to duplicate those clips I will use and place them on top. Next step would be adjusting them so they look as it is night. I'm going to drag the brightness all the way down, highlights as well, bring the contrast a bit up, and I'm going to bring illumination a bit down. I'm going to bring the saturation down a little bit so it's not so blue. I'm going to do the same for all the clips. Next step would be placing a night sky on top. I grabbed the nighttime clip from a stock site. I will use an overlay effect as we have to blend it in. Go to Video Controls, scroll down to Blend, and choose Darken Overlay. Next, I'm going to drag the clip into a position I want. I am seeing that the main clip can still use some adjustments, so I'm going to bring the contrast much higher. Now it looks way better. Now I'm just going to copy the sky clip with all adjustments and place it over the rest of the clips. The timeline is starting to look like a spider web, so let me show you how you can make it look easy and organized. I'm going to select these 4 clips and create only one from it by right-clicking the mouse and selecting Create a Compound Clip. Now the clip is only one. Everything got flattened as one clip. The next step would be adding animation to transform the clip from night to day. Select the compound clip and go to Video Controls on the right. Go to Animation, select Out Page, and click on Fade Out Animation. As the animation is very short, I'm going to adjust the length of the bottom. Now the whole effect is finished. I'm going to do the exactly same thing at the end of the video sequence, but instead out, I'm going to go to Animation, select the In Page where I click the Fade In effect. And I'm just going to adjust the length until I get the effect looking the way I want. I'm going to add a few transitions to the timeline. It's super easy. Change the media panel to transitions. There are many choices. Select the one you like. Drag between the clips, and on the right side, you can adjust the length. As you can see, I added a few of them. Let's say you have many static shots in your video sequence, such as I do. They are just basic tripod shots. How can we add a movement such as zoom in? We will use keyframes. What are keyframes? Those are markers that define start and end points of an action. They are right here in the video control panel. Go to the beginning of the clip, click on the keyframe to create this mark. This will hold 100% scale for us at the beginning of the clip. Go to the end of the clip and zoom in 110%. Once you do that, another keyframe will be automatically created at the end, which holds the 110 zoom in. Once you play the clip, you will see animation happening which is zooming in. The only issue I'm facing is that those black bars are moving as well, and I don't want to do that. What I have to do now is place on the top PNG photo of those black bars. The middle is empty, so I will only restore those black bars. I will do that with all static shots. Alright, just like I said at the beginning of the video, I have added a whole bunch of transitions and effects. It's not usually my style. I don't go usually top notch like this. I usually tone it down a bit, but I did it today just to be able to explain those tools. Before I play the final sequence, if you want to see how this whole thing was filmed with a smartphone and Hohem iSteady M6 gimbal, if you want to see how I transformed Maya into a cartoon, which comes alive, and see many other video editing tips, I'm going to link that video below in a video description. Right now, let's play what we did today. Give it a thumbs up if you found this tutorial helpful, if you learned something new. Don't forget to subscribe for more. I am thinking Mustang and rock music for the next advanced video editing tutorial. Don't forget to check out one of these videos next. See you in the next one. Ciao, ahoj.